In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Gates. Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl, aka the best that ever did it, aka yes, it's me. And this is another edition of the Morning Max Show. And we are in the house with R&B today. Yes, we are in full effect, y'all. Okay, we got a great show. Of course, we're gonna talk about music today, and because the Grammys happened last night, and we want to know what's on your mind. How did you think? Did y'all watch the show, and what you thought of it? I think. Well, I'll tell you what I think later. But first, let me bring my beautiful co-host on with me, Miss Bernice Smith, Lady B. What it do, boo?
Good morning. How you doing?
Girl, I'm hey, we always can be better, but I'm here. You know what I mean?
I understand.
It's one of them days, one of them weekends, Hey, it is what it is.
Exactly. We're going to be all right. We're making it through, so why complain?
That's right. And I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I don't want anybody to say, oh, something always going on with her, but I'm thankful. At the same time, I am thankful. So,
life happens. We don't control what happens. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. If it happened every day, we have no control over that. So we take the punches and we keep on rolling.
Yes, we do. I got Slicky Woo Boo on the panel today because we talking and jaw jacking about music, and I know that's what that man loves, his music. Good morning, Slicky.
Hey, how y'all? How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
We got an echo on you. You got all your mics on?
Hey, man, you got an echo on me now?
Say something again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, he good.
Yes.
You hear me now? Am I good? Am I good, Lady B? Am I good, baby?
You good, Slicky.
Look, okay, we're going to get into my favorite segment of the show. It's Spill the Tea with Lady B. Some people call it gossip. Some people call it news. But I call it Spilling the Tea with Lady B.
Lord have mercy, child. It's one of them days.
It's Monday.
Okay. Our first story, a 72-year-old janitor locked in courthouse for 3 nights.
How did janitor get locked in the courthouse? He got the keys.
I'm about to tell you. It says it was a terrifying ordeal for a 72-year-old janitor in Florida when he spent a weekend accidentally locked inside a jail cell.
I prayed to God that He would take care of my
Oh
health,
Lord,
body,
girl, that
mind,
scared me
soul,
for a
and
minute. I'm wondering
spirit.
where that sound
That's what
coming from. It
Lydia
said,
Vargas de Dinas told me by
What is
phone.
that?
She recovers in a hospital
girl,
bed.
I'm trying to figure
According
it
to
out
the
right
incident
now.
report released by the Orange County Sheriff's Office on
Hey,
Friday
hey.
night around 9.
Oh, okay. So it's basically the video of the people telling the story. But nonetheless, he said, I prayed to God that He would take care of my health, body, mind, soul, and spirit. Libya Vargas said, according to the incident report released by the Orange County Sheriff's Office, the custodian was at the courthouse cleaning when the inmate holding cell door shut behind her. Her janitorial cart and cell phone were outside the cell. Lord have mercy. He said for 3 nights she had no food, only water she drank from a faucet above the toilet and slept on a bench. Ooh, ugh. On top of that, Vegas is diabetic. She says she believes it was her face that kept her alive. Deputies only patrolled the courthouse during normal business hours, and that weekend, several security guards were Allied Security Services patrolled the area. Wow, she lucky she survived. It says the Orange County government said there are no cameras in the holding cells. Upon hearing of the plight of the janitorial employee, Orange County has mandated that the security company walk every space within the janitorial footprint. Wow.
Wow. That is something. That is a blessing. To be diabetic in the last 72 hours with no medicine and no insulin, no food.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm telling you, that's a blessing because it could have easily been a problem.
And where did she go to the bathroom at?
I mean, the cells have bathrooms, don't they? I don't know. I ain't never been to jail, so I would assume that they have toilets.
I
Bathroom
mean,
and
I
the
don't know if
zincs.
it's a holding cell, huh?
The bathroom and the zincs are connected.
Oh. Oh, even in the holding cell. I guess that would make sense. So they don't have to get out and go nowhere. Ooh.
Yep. So the next story I'm gonna bring to you is woman found breathing at New York funeral home hours after being pronounced dead.
I hope they didn't embalm her or nothing like that. Oh,
I
Lord.
don't, I don't think they got the chance, but it says an 82-year-old woman was found breathing at her funeral home hours after she was pronounced dead at a Long Island nursing home center. The woman who has not been publicly named was pronounced dead at a nursing home and rehabilitation center in Port Jefferson Saturday morning. Police in Suffolk County said she was taken to a funeral home in Miller Place a short time later. Less than an hour after arriving at the funeral home, authorities said the woman was found breathing. She has been taken to a hospital. Additional details, including the woman's current condition, weren't immediately available, and the incident is being referred to the New York State Attorney General's office. Baby.
That's something. Wow. So they reported her dead at the nursing home, had her butt sent to the daggone court. Man, I would be livid. I know that family. That family's probably suing. I mean, they're thankful that the grandmama's still living, but at the same time, could you imagine? I think I don't know. That's a mixed bag of nuts right there.
Yep.
That would make me have to see somebody. But okay, that's a blessing, honey. I
Yeah,
think I don't know. She gonna go back to that same nursing home. They might take her out next time. I'll be scared to go back to their place.
yeah, and the thing about that is, the family has already started grieving. She gone, and for that kind of mistake to be made is crazy.
Catastrophic, emotionally,
Yep.
mentally, man. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The next story is U.S. downs Chinese balloon, drawing a threat from China. It says the U.S. military on Saturday shot down a suspected Chinese spy balloon off the Carolina coast After it traveled sensitive military sites across North America, China insisted the flyover was an accident involving a civilian aircraft and threatened repercussions. President Joe Biden issued the order but had wanted the balloon downed even earlier. On Wednesday, he was advised that the best time for the operation would be when it was over water, U.S. officials said. Military officials determined that bringing it down over land from an altitude of 60,000 feet will pose an undue risk to people on the ground. China responded that it reserved the right to take future actions and criticized the U.S. for an obvious overreaction and a serious violation of international practice. In its statement Sunday, China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that China will resolutely uphold the relevant company's legitimate rights and interests, and at the same time reserving the right to take further actions in response.
That is crazy. First of all, you in violation because you over in our airspace. Have no business at all. But then I'm upset with the US because why couldn't they capture the balloon? Why did they have to shoot it down? I mean, that's what I don't understand. They couldn't fly up there wherever it was at and catch it, because the only reason why I said shooting it down in the water, now something's in the water. I'm glad they didn't do it overland, because did you see that balloon burst and all that dust come out of there? It's bad enough we dealing with an airborne illness that they quote unquote say comes from a foreign land. I ain't gonna say no names, which I know what I'm talking about. And then you shoot down. It seemed like there was some type of particles or a lot of something in that balloon when they shot it down. Did y'all see the footage? It like poof.
I didn't know. Nah, I didn't see it. I didn't see it fall, but I definitely read the story.
Wow.
Yep. So this next story is talking about the shooting that took place, I believe it was Friday. It says DC hero who disarmed Metro shooter says she knew she had to get gun off train. It was a female. She looked familiar. A woman in Washington, D.C. is being credited as a hero after she disarmed a shooting suspect who entered the Metro car where she was sitting on Wednesday after he allegedly shot 4 people near the Potomac Avenue Metro station. The suspect, identified as Isaiah Trotman, allegedly shot and killed a Metro employee and wounded 3 others in the shooting rampage before getting onto the stopped car when the door was open at the station. Robert Cunningham was identified as the Metro employee who died from his wounds. The other victims are expected to be okay.
Oh, wow. That's sad. It's good. Thank that lady for her heroism, and thank you for that man that lost his life. Rest in peace, and our condolences go out to their family. You know, just doing your job. Now that goes above and beyond the job, you know, because like I said on Friday, he didn't think about himself or the safety of himself. He thought about the safety of others. And that was a very selfless act. And kudos to that family. And I hope Metro do something for that family, like as far as, because he got killed in the line of action. And of course, he was the provider. So I hope Metro, you know what I mean? I don't know how that happens. When you die in the line of duty, do the company continue to pay the family?
I don't know, but I feel like there should be, you know, something like that, because he was trying to save one of their customers.
A lot of their customers, because you don't know how many that man would have been taken out. He was saving a lot of people, because everybody was any and everybody was in danger, because it's like any and everybody could have got it from that guy. Wow.
Yeah, but she was a black female. She said he walked into the car. He's like, I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not going to hurt anybody. Shantae Trumpet said. He started walking up and down the aisles. He started yelling. He started saying he was a vet. He was just, it looked like he was manic. He was getting in people's faces. One man was trying to leave. He said, "You're not going anywhere." So she definitely did a justice. She put her life at risk, and I applaud this young black lady.
Yes, yes, we do. Yes. All right.
Yep.
What we got next, Mama?
Okay. Let me see. Oh, okay. So this story, I feel like it's a good story. It says, she was reported to the police for spraying invasive lanternflies. Now she's being honored by Yale.
What?
So Yale University has honored Bobby Wilson, a 9-year-old black girl who had the police called on her after spraying invasive spotted lanternflies. The Yale School of Public Health held a ceremony to celebrate Bobby's efforts to eradicate the invasive species on January 20th. The ceremony also served as an opportunity to recognize Bobby's donation of her personal spotted lanternfly collection to Yale's Peabody Museum. Yale doesn't normally do anything like this. This is something unique to Bobby, said Yale School of Public Health assistant professor who organized the event in the university's release. We wanted to show her who organized the wait a minute. We wanted to show her bravery and how inspiring she is. So people called the police on her for spraying bugs.
I see that. I don't get that.
Me
And,
either.
and then you want to turn around. How you gonna call the police? A 9-year-old for spraying bugs.
Because she was black. She
We
was
get
black.
called for everything, huh?
She was black. That's all it was. The little girl was black, and they, I guess, didn't like what she was doing, so that's what they did.
They need to stop it. Oh my gosh. It will, you know, when will that ever end? When will this stop? Uh, me saying white man or black man. Why can't we just call each other by our names? Why do we always, you know, have to look and see each other by color and stuff? Morgan Freeman said that. Morgan Freeman made that statement in one of his interviews, and I understand what he's saying. He was saying, I'm not saying white man, colored man, black man. I'm not saying none of that. I'm gonna call you Bernice. You call me Reese, and you call Slicky Slicky. You know, we call each other by our names instead of putting that adjective to describe what or who we are. The what and who should be man and woman. That should be what describes who you are. You a man, call you Slicky. You're a woman, call you Bernice. You know, call you by your name and not by what we see.
Well, I mean,
Always
it's
discrimination. The world needs to be blind.
yeah, it's unfortunate, but we know that that's unlikely. It's unlikely that that will take place, because people have their mindsets. And as they said, racism isn't, you aren't born that way. You are taught that behavior. So,
Exactly. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We are.
yep. So
Yep.
our last story is a woman found dead inside Prince George's County apartment, police say. An investigation is underway after a woman was found inside a Prince George's County apartment, according to police. The Prince George's County Department said officers responded around 8:30 p.m. to the 3300 block of Curtis Drive
Oh,
in Hillcrest Heights.
that's over here.
Yeah, they said once there, officers found an unconscious woman inside an apartment. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators said the woman had signs of trauma to her body. Police are working to identify suspects and establish a motive in this case.
You know what? No bull. Last night, I got a knock at the door. Same BS. I did not let the person in. You know what I'm talking about. You and Molly
Yeah.
know. I did not let the person in. And they was like, "Oh, do you got the number for emergency maintenance?" I said, it's the rental office number. Thank you and good night. And
Yes.
when you say that, and that was just right over here. So I'm blunt force trauma. She got. I wondered, was it a robbery? I wondered, did somebody force themselves? Oh, that's where I live over here. I live in the 3400 Blanca Curtis Drive right here.
Wow. And
I'm
see, that's exactly why we was getting on you about opening your door. You have to be so cautious because people are coming to these doors. People are desperate. With this economy, people are desperate. People are starving. People are being evicted. It's so much stuff going on. You have to be cautious. And yes, we have these big hearts and we want to help people, but you also have to use wisdom and protect your life.
Wow, that could have been me. That lady, that could have. You know,
Yeah.
my heart just dropped. I just felt like it just dropped.
Yeah. We have to be cautious and we have to use wisdom. I'm telling you, because honestly, I believe a lot of people out here are not just out to hurt people, but they're desperate. They are desperate. They are in need. And so they're out here and they're seeking ways to feed their families to survive. It's a game of survival out here. I'm telling you.
Wow, that's awful, but very informative. That happened over here, and I didn't even know about it. Thank you for that
Yeah.
story, Bernice. See, that's why I love the spill the tea segment because stuff could be going on in your right here in your backyard where it don't get publicized on the news. Everything
Mhm.
isn't captured by the news, so that's why I like the newspaper and I like the news and stuff that you can read and stuff you get online because they get to the underbelly to the stories. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? They get to the
Yeah.
real stories. I care more about they finding a body in my neighborhood versus them shooting down a balloon over some water and getting into war with China because you know that was coming anyway because China ties with Russia and all that stuff. It was just looking for a reason and we gave them a reason and now and as much foreign trade as we do with China and stuff, ain't nothing gonna be safe because you know a lot of stuff comes from China. A lot of food product, a lot of stuff that we get here in the Americas, we get it from other countries. And thanks to Ronald Reagan and the foreign outsourcing when he did that Reaganomics. That's when all the plants and the farms and stuff, everything got closed down so they could outsource their business to other countries. So it could look like, oh, we buddies, oh, we're friends. I'm gonna look out for y'all, y'all look out for us. Now look what's happening. You've been sleeping with the enemy all these years. And you know it. Look what happened. Woo! Fever in the funk house. Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah. Well, you just, like I said, you have to use caution. Even like I said, even with these big hearts, it's just people out here, they're so desperate. And then they're closing down that encampment, you know, they're moving forward with it. And it's going to be a lot more people who are in
And that
need.
you mean the encampment, the
The tent.
DC, the
Yeah,
tent.
the tent.
Are they really going to go through with this stuff?
Yes, they
But
are.
but the shelters are closed. But so you closing my shelters?
They're close to
And
us. They're close to us. They ain't close to the ones coming over seeking what they call it, safe asylum.
asylum,
Hmm.
the migrants.
They finding somewhere to put them.
Yeah, because they're putting them in where we used to be. It's like you come home, that's not your home. Well, Bernice, where you gonna go? I don't know, but you can't come here. You can't even camp out in the backyard no more now because
Yep.
they're taking the tent. They're gonna keep dropping them off by busloads. Uh, they're gonna keep, and they're trying to prove a point. Which I hate to say this, but those Republicans got a point. Now they all here. Now where you gonna house them? Where you gonna put them? We got to do better, people. As a people, for the people, we got to do better.
Yep.
Wow.
But that's why it's so important that we get our own thing established because we're gonna have to help each other because there will be no help for us. They're not for us. They're not for us.
So yeah.
Good morning, everybody. We got Larry in the house.
Hey
Uh,
Yogi.
let's say Fabian,
Yeah. Hey, cuz, what's going on? Thank you. Love.
cousin Nene.
Hey, Nene.
Good morning, y'all.
The rest of y'all get on in, like, share, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Y'all go to the YouTube channel, Reese Cup NYE, and hit that subscribe button. It don't cost a thing. It's just them saying, hey, and then hit the bell button. So every time we go live, we go ding, 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 ding. Y'all get the stuff because we be giving y'all some good news. Some good
Good
news.
morning. Good morning, Blue Phoenix.
Good morning.
Good morning, and I hope
And Carmen
everybody is
Come on,
well.
y'all.
So
Honey.
we know it's Black History Month, so each day we're gonna spotlight somebody in Black music. So we're gonna get it started. And this song today, honey. Oh my goodness. And the people who are older than us, stop telling us our music is worse than y'all's was, because some of these songs I'm hearing is just I don't even know what to say about it. I'm just like, Lord.
It'll make you clench your purse, but we know where it come from. We know where this explicit lyrics and stuff come from. Look, because y'all know I've been digging in the archives, right? And thanks to my cousin in Florida, she be sending me stuff too, because we just be cracking up. She was like, girl, listen to that, girl, listen, and we just laugh. And a lot of stuff we heard coming up as kids, and so much stuff we forgot. So there's this group. It's an old 40s and 50s doo-wop group called the Clovers. Are y'all familiar with the Clovers? And the only reason why I'm talking about this is because I'm a segue, of course, into the Grammys, of course, into the chit chat about Beyonce. Congratulations, making history. But what I want to share with you all, my little Black History Month for those who did musical contribution. Hey, Cheryl, musical contributions. I want y'all to listen to this song. My grandmother was listening to this music. Okay, play the song, Molly.
Well, I say, come on, cocksucker Sammy, get your motherfucking mammy. We're going downtown to the cocksuckers ball. Fuck, suck, and fight. Till the beginning of the broad daylight. We don't need no goddamn taxi fare. We're gonna trim them holes in a rocket jet. Take off all the rags. We're gonna play a little game called tag. Tomorrow night after Rotten Cocksuckers Ball. Come on, you poor ass singers and you big slingers. We're going down to the Cocksuckers Ball. Fuck, suck, and fight. Till the beginning of the broad daylight. We don't need no goddamn taxi fare. We're gonna trim them holes in a rocking chair. Take off all the rags. We gonna play a little game called tag. Tomorrow night after Rotten Cocksuckers Ball. Cha 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 cha. At the rotten suckers, Rotten Cocksuckers Ball.
1956 by the Clovers. Now, they got a lot of songs, and of course, if y'all not familiar with the Clovers, maybe y'all familiar with Love Potion Number 9 and Fools, right? They had some bad lyrics. They say, "Come and get your mammy." They said the Big D slinging. They said all of this music, all this stuff was going on in 1956, topping the charts now. And Frank Zappa redid it and did his rendition of it and brought it back, right? This for the 70s. Now, it's so funny because other people did renditions to it. It's so funny that they talk about the graphic lyrics, the explicit lyrics. Oh, you can't say this, can't say that. If we started out with language like that, then it moved to a more conservative language. Now it's going back to all the verbatim. That shows you history don't do nothing but repeats itself over and over. What else are they going to find in the time capsule? What do you think about that lyrics to that song? They call you a rock.
We waiting to hear from you, music man.
Now, who is the rock?
It was cool. I could do something. I could take it and put a little groove to it where you swing to it a little,
We're not talking about the groove. We're talking about the actual lyrics.
When I think about it, I mean, the words didn't shock me or anything because I've heard worse.
Okay.
Well, As for me, I got a problem because a lot of the older generation condemn the music of today. You condemning these young folks' music, but listen to what y'all was listening to. Come on, man. Come on.
Like they started it,
Motherfuckers ball. It ain't you basically saying the same thing that some of these dudes saying when they talk about getting some noggin or whatever the case may be. Come
Get
on.
some head off the dome, sucked by, and it said bring your man in me.
Huh?
I've been to Lady B with different ones in my family about that. And I heard that point over and over and over again. That's why, y'all are waiting for me to say something. It's really not for me to say because I've been saying this, that y'all listen to the same type of music, just had a different beat and a different groove, but the words were exactly the same,
Yeah. Yes, indeed. That's the truth of it all. And look, if that's the type of music people enjoy, that's the type they enjoy. But my thing is, stop condemning these young people because y'all, back then, what year was this, Reese?
1956.
That was before I was born. I think my mama was 3. My mama was 3.
That was before my mama was born. So
and my mama was my mama was 3. So
they go back even further into the 1920s and the 30s, and they just, honey, I was digging and laughing and digging, falling out the seat. There's a song called Warm My Wiener. Now, what if Beyonce was to sing about warming some wiener? Come and warm my wiener. I mean, I'm like, they and there's different artists. His name was Bo Carter. We got Lucille Bo. That's the one that said she'll suck your meat until you gotta go to the bathroom. What? It's like the people just
what she said.
I don't want to say it like that. I'm trying to do a little bit. Well, you know better, you do better. And that those are vulgar, lewd, and lascivious words. So, and I don't want to offend nobody.
You got that right, Molly. Molly said nothing new under the sun. He said if they were singing it, people was doing it. That's right.
Everything it was. That's my point. That this is a circle. It's just a circle of life. What happened back then coming forward now. We just going around and around. Billy Preston said, will it go around in circles or will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? And if you do fly high like a bird up in the sky, you better make sure it's over your own territory because you run the risk of getting shot down. But we talking about Black history, talking about music. We're going to talk about Queen Bee. Congratulations to Queen Bee being the most Grammy winning a person in history. Yeah, Black lady, hey, we love you, Queen Bee, and more power to you. But I
don't love her, but I congratulate her for her music. I'm definitely not a fan.
Well, I'm a fan of a woman doing it. I'm a fan of a Black woman doing it and sustaining and holding her own in a male-dominated field.
I definitely recognize her talent and all that good stuff.
Well, that's what I'm loving.
I have to make sure y'all know she's won the most Grammys than any man. She hasn't won all the awards more than a man. So just get that out.
That's what we're talking about. That's what we saying, the Grammys. We're talking about the Grammy show from yesterday. So.
But congrats, Beyonce. Congrats. Next story.
Yeah. Don't take her shine from her. Don't do it.
You can't. Ain't nobody trying to steal her shine. She doing her thing, and I applaud that. You know what I'm saying? And now her children are doing the same. So, much respect to that. I'm just not a fan.
Now, so talking about the Grammys, who's seen the Grammys? Anybody out there in our listening audience? Did y'all see the Grammys? We all know that stuff is rigged. Too.
Like
the election. I'ma say it. Some of the people that got songs, honey, ABBA got an award. The group that's about the 70s, ABBA, Dancing Queen. The real estate group ABBA.
I think the shock was when Chris Brown didn't win against that radio host. I think that's what it was. Chris Brown was livid. But I didn't see the Grammys, but I did see Quavo's tribute to
Offset.
Takeoff, and it was beautiful.
Oh, Takeoff. Yeah, that's the one. I keep saying Offset's the
My
one that
favorite
Cardi B
part-
married to.
My favorite part was Dr. Dre because I can relate to that. He won for, being the best producer in hip hop and all that stuff and put the tracks and stuff together. They even named the award after him. So I really dug that about him.
Yeah. My favorite part where they gave homage to hip hop for 50 years when they had all of these, like 100 people on stage doing a little piece of hip hop from the old to the new. I saw Black Thor up there. Misha said, "Who's Black Thor?" I'm like, "Oh, wow." So, okay. But I seen a lot of hip hop greats up there. Did y'all see me on stage? Did y'all see me on stage? I was on there. But when they introduced me, they said Queen Latifah. I don't know why they keep calling me Queen Latifah, but I was out there. Did y'all see me, Bernice? Did y'all see me about this big, about this tall?
Now, can I say this? Can I say this, Lady B, and audience? This is why I say my sister needs to be on a bench with some bread, feeding pigeons. See, you hear what she just said? See what I mean?
I was on the show. I was Latifah. Latifah is my girl. You just mad because you wasn't up there. That's all. You just mad. I was up there. That's all I'm saying. And thank you for it because I'm the queen. I'm the queen. What can I say? And they paid me homage, and I was loving that. I was loving it, and all the other greats that they had come out there. It was a feel good. Hey, and that new little girl with the long blonde hair, I can't think of that girl name. She got a wild name. Not Laffy Taffy, not Tattoo, not Lotto. No, that wasn't Lotto. It's so many names out there, but if I hear her name, I know it's her. It wasn't Doja Cat, but they got Doja Cat and pop music, and I thought Doja Cat was more rap. I'm confused with these categories as well because what you think is pop and what you think was soul, because they got Beyonce in the pop category, and when I listen to Beyonce music, it's more mature to me. I don't view it as pop or even Adele. I'm like, this is not Taylor Swiftish or Katy Curry Swift. I just don't hear that pop sound in their albums. I hear more R&B. But sure enough, they have Beyonce and Adele going head to head with pop groups, and I'm kind of like, that should be in its genre of its own. And the rapper, what you consider, they had everything mixed up in there, and I was like,
well, the Grammys have been going through this since I was a little teeny boy watching the Grammys. People have been complaining about how they do their categories and different stuff. So I don't know how long you've been watching the Grammys, but this is nothing new. They always mix match songs and put this person here and that person over there. They've been doing that since I know what the Grammys were.
Oh, you mean they mashing up genres? They calling a soul R&B album a pop album just so it could cross over, and then you going against a pop category with R&B, and if of course the pop going to win because it's a pop category out over the R&B, because you said that shouldn't even be going head to head like that. And then it was a category where the best song, right? It was Beyonce was in there, Adele was in there, Lizzo was in there. All of these songs that you hear on and they spraying and banging on the radio, right? Hear me this. Why Bonnie Raitt come in out from under all of them? Country wins, and Bonnie Raitt is a country music singer, and they all was in the same category together. It was hilarious to me because Bonnie Raitt, the look at her face, she was like, "What?" And Lizzo, of course, and Beyonce was like paying homage, but you can see the confusion in their face. Man, if I do a voiceover and say this is what the people was really thinking at the Grammys when you look at their face, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do some skits like that because it was hilarious to me. Because I know they're gonna say, "Now I know good and damn well, he didn't come in out from under the blue or swoop that." And yes, they did. And when you put the group ABBA against Beyonce album, and then ABBA wins, you like, ain't nobody heard from ABBA in how many years? That's ABBA's the same group, for y'all don't know, that did Dancing Queen back in the 70s. I haven't heard so many hits from the group ABBA. Maybe, and it can't be because of the color I am, because I listen to all music and all genres across all the fields. And when I say, that's peculiar, it's peculiar. So some of those, I think, it's set up. It's set up for entertainment. It's geared towards whatever crowd it's geared to. And do I think that we need to boycott the Grammys? It's just what it is. It's just entertainment. I don't think we need to boycott it or nothing like that. But it's just. But
he said, Slicky Woo Boo said it's been done.
It's been done. They boycott the Grammys before. It's been done.
So
it ain't changed nothing.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling the people, I don't think we have to do that. That's it was a rhetorical question. When I said, do we need to boycott the Grammys? It was rhetorical. I was rhetorically speaking. Just saying, everything's been done before. Molly just said everything's been done under the sun. Of course, but I'm just saying there's really no need for it because it's entertainment purposes. People gotta, look at it just like they're watching a wrestling match or just like they're watching the news because it is informative.
Well, I think with the Grammys, we talk about what genre they fall under, but I feel like many artists are doing different types of music. Mm-hmm. Some of it will feel like R&B, some of it will feel like pop. So my thing is, what difference does it make? If you enjoy the music, just enjoy it and keep it moving.
Well, it's when you putting it in different categories and you got these great artists going head to head. Something like what they did against Martin in A Different World, when Jasmine guys said they put the two greats against each other so they could cancel each other out. Sort of, like that. How you gonna put, you want to split the votes and then the underdog come in? That's what they do. It's like Grammy Awards, politics, anything where they have to take a poll or they judge people or it's always, dirty pool. What you saying, Slicky?
Let me say something, please. Thank you. Who runs the Grammys? Who does the Grammys belong to? What race?
White people.
No, people, period. Music, period.
Who runs the Grammys? Who does that Grammy thing belong to? Who runs that show?
Yeah.
Who? I hear you, Reese.
The people.
No, it ain't the people.
We wish. If it was the people, it would be different.
Ran by Whitey.
You ain't gonna get my show canceled. and Slicky Mouth will get it canceled.
That's who it's ran by. Let's keep it real.
Okay.
What Nene say? It's the music.
I don't watch any of those shows. They are all a distraction from what is really going on in life.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Nene.
She says it belongs to the white people. My thing is, regardless of the situation, we know what it is. Period. We know what it is. A lot of people don't want to say it. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge it. But it is what it is. It's ran by them. Of course, it's ran by the Caucasian community.
This country is ran by them. This whole where we live. This whole country is where we live.
So we know what it is. We know what it is.
So it doesn't make sense to sit there and say, well, why did they do that? You know why they did it.
To throw salt in the game, they always come in with the Salt Bae.
You going on the bench with some bread.
And can I say, Lady B, you looking marvelous today, honey.
Thank you.
As always. She's always looking marvelous.
Look, Salt Bae. That that's all it is. To just bring on more chaos and
Yeah,
destruction.
I mean, it's division. That's all it is. If they can divide us, see, they know if together we're strong. We are strong. So that division that they're trying to bring, it's up to us to fall into that. And I agree with cousin, it's a distraction. I don't pay attention to none of that mess. And honestly, I'm not really into today's music. Give me the, I grew up on old school, but I'm into the 80s and 90s music, 90s and back, I'm good. Other than that, I ain't really into it. It might be a song that come out every now and then, that I'm loving on, but other than that, no. Only reason I learned about the new music is because I have children and they'll introduce me to that stuff. Other than that, I'm just not. It's just not for me.
And I'm a DJ and don't play all that new stuff.
But I like it all. I like all music because when I listen to music, I don't hear color. It may be there, but I just hear instruments and vocals and stuff like that. So I like it all.
I don't know who hear color. I mean, I know some people that hear color.
I said I don't.
I didn't like it all.
Me either.
Certain kind.
I love what I love. I don't care who's singing. You could be white, brown, green. If it's an alien making beautiful music and they come on, I like it, I'm about to approve.
Exactly. That right there. Exactly. But like Nene said, it's a distraction. It's all a distraction to what we're trying to do, what we need to be doing and what they're doing to us.
Kenneth said they are ran by aliens, LOL. He said, I lost my black card because I don't watch them. I never knew. Well, I don't have a black card either because I don't watch it. I
don't have a black card because I'm an alien. I don't have a black card.
I don't watch any of the award shows. Any of them. BET, none of them. None of them. So if that determines my black card, baby, I'll be other. I'm good with that.
Well, I haven't watched them in years because when I was younger, I used to be real excited about them. But now I know it's all a game. Even our show, even that BET and Soul Train and all that is just a place for the ignorant black people to come and act ignorant.
Hey, if that's the place where the ignorant black people come and act ignorant, the ignorant ones and the ignorant white people too. There's a lot of those out there too.
I'm talking about as BET Awards, Vibe Awards.
They used to have Source Awards. I don't even think they had those awards anymore. The Source and Vibes and all of that. I don't even think they had those awards no more. I think they had those awards with the magazines. Award show is nothing but
Soul Train and BET is still around.
Molly said the award show,
but I know Soul Train and BET is still.
He said they're nothing but rituals.
Molly said the award show is nothing but rituals. You're right, and we don't know what we agreed taking covenant into. A lot of stuff they do is rituals. So I think these video games be ritualistic. Anything that take our minds away from us. A lot of that stuff.
Yeah, my son shared a video this morning talking about how a lot of young people are leaving, believing in God and whatnot and turning to Satanism. And they're saying that a lot of it is coming from the music and videos and things that they're watching, because they saying a lot of this stuff is put out here to program our children. So we have to be cautious, and I read a story a couple years ago where a young man was listening to Keith Chief and he got, it was something he did on a regular. He got upset with his grandma because she told him cut it down or cut it off and something, and he killed her.
That programming alone, those subliminal messages that they're putting in our children's mind. That's why you got 13 out there 5 minutes from wilding and doing all this crazy stuff. They could be hypnotizing our children and planting chips, and then when they hear something that go off, they make them go off. The code word, that's it, or code action That's it, and they go off. I see a lot of that. Kids killing their parents, just like that boy that shot his mama for the video game, for the RVU. That thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's like these children don't understand the word no. Well, or when somebody the world gonna tell you no. So I guess to say when the people tell you no, you put a hole in them, or you get rid of whatever tells you no, whatever stands in your way. You know.
Yeah. Because even when I was young, they used to tell us if you played rock and roll records backwards, they sent a message. You know, I never did it because I don't want to know what the message is if it was there. But you know,
I never did that either. Play nothing backwards because I don't want to know
Record to
what
play
it is
backwards.
either.
A good one to play backwards.
what?
Ray Parker Jr. for those who like the groove. That thing is just as funky backwards as it is forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, I don't play with Ouija boards. I don't deal in witchcraft. I don't play with none of that stuff. I don't talk to the dead. I don't go to the graveyards and have seances. Oh, none of that stuff. I believe you live and let die. And what dies, you live and leave alone.
Do y'all remember Trans Europe Express?
Yeah.
Meet Devo and David Bowie. They was talking about drugs. And they were the two people, the group Devo and David Bowie were the two people you were supposed to meet to get the package. A lot of people don't know that.
Molly says that Beyonce and Chris Brown songs the same.
Oh, you think so? They probably got the same producer. They probably got
I don't
the
know
same
because
producer.
I like Chris Brown when he was younger. You know, the first time I ever heard of Chris Brown, he was singing This Christmas. And then I got to know his music, but I'm just not into the newer music. It does nothing for me. He said that they have evil messages when you play them backwards. Oh, I'm not shocked, Molly. I'm serious. I would not be shocked. I wouldn't be. Because there's a lot of entertainers out here who are into that devil worship and all that stuff. No, sir. You can keep that because Lady B wants no part of it, honey.
My brother Kenny used to tell me that he was like, sis, it was way back in the day when I was rapping and stuff. He was like, sis, he was like, you got to watch what you do. He said, because they do witchcraft over the records and they be saying stuff over the stuff they put out. I've heard that before too. And it might be so. If the people in the record industry, people that be owning the stuff. Slinky, have you heard of that?
Your baby's daddy, as you call him, had a chant in one of his songs that was real wild. And let's see if you remember it. Your boy
Who was
Prince.
that?
Prince had a chant in one of his songs. People call me on news.
Wait a minute, you breaking up. Now say it
black and white. I wish we remember that?
Dance music,
People
sex
call me,
romance.
I wish all were new. You remember that?
Yeah, on 1999 album of for dance music, sex romance.
Girl, see,
What's it from?
You're wrong. You're wrong, Miss Lady.
Well, tell her which one it is then.
It's not off of that album. It's not off of that album. And I'm not going to tell you. I'll tell the people if they want to know, but I'm not going to tell you because you're supposed to be one of Prince's biggest.
Thank you.
I want to know.
You're supposed to be one of Prince's biggest fans.
I'm not, but I still want to know.
I'm going to tell you, but I want her to tell me.
The people in the audience want to know too.
Ain't nobody in the audience asked me for it. I'm looking at the messages.
Then don't bring it up. You can't tell the answer. Then don't bring it up.
Be Prince's biggest friend.
What is it, Slick? What is it, man?
Yeah, tell us. We want to know.
Well, y'all want to see Chris Brown, one of his songs that he flipped backwards?
Yeah, I want to see it, Molly.
A lot of them like this. I'm gonna play a little bit of it when it's going forward, then they're gonna rewind.
All these hoes ain't loyal.
Oh,
Just look at it when y'all get time.
I will. I'm definitely gonna look at it because that one we played in my house.
Hell say.
these hoes ain't loyal.
My God.
It's a bad message regardless, however you flip it.
Yeah, thank you.
It was
that,
going
Molly.
frontwards and backwards. You're right.
Thank
It's a
you.
bad message.
Yeah,
Either
thank
way.
you for sharing
Hey,
that.
I'm gonna ask y'all what Prince record it is. It's Controversy.
You gotta hear it.
That's where I got that from. Controversy. His record, Controversy.
Okay. But he also does a chant on the 1999
Not the channel. I
album
was
too. On his channel. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I like older artists too, Kenneth, but I'm gonna start checking out all the music I listen to because, honey, I don't need none of that stuff up in my house. People don't believe that music carries spirits, but it does. Yeah, it carries spirits, and people can believe what they want.
That's
But
why
that's
Lauryn
my
Hill
belief.
got out the business.
Mm-hmm.
Lauryn
And
Hill
it
got
that,
out of
that- and that young black girl who was playing on A House of Pain. That's why. Yeah,
yeah.
y'all check her out. Some of her
You gonna
videos.
throw it.
The House of Pain. Which young black girl?
Yeah, Daddy's little girl.
her name
She done
China.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but she was Malik's little sister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
got
she got
out
out the business, and she shares her videos talking about why.
Yeah.
I was wondering why you didn't see Jasmine no more. They said she went off to college.
Yeah, she went on all right. She left.
Would you say she went on what?
She been speaking on that stuff.
And she
Yes, she
also was on Black Lightning. That's where she on too. Hey,
Oh, I love that. I love Black
She
Lightning.
did a
Black
lot of
Lightning.
things. But she fell back. She started telling her the things she had to go through as a child and everything growing up in that industry.
Yeah.
And they some fucked up people.
We have to pay attention. We have to pay attention because they're slipping in on us if we not paying attention. Like Molly and Needy always saying, they got distractions out here. They're trying to distract us.
Wow. And and it brings it back to music. I'm gonna wrap it up with music and Nelly. How Nelly was bringing those young girls on stage doing, Molly was talking about that during the Tom Mo show. And
Yeah, I
was
saw
watching
that.
too before then. That he would bring the younger. He's 40-some years old, and these are little teenage girls. Look, you up there with L Cool J, well, a little younger than L Cool J. He's a little younger, but you 40-some-year-old grown man. You don't need to have no 16-year-old seducing her, kissing her, or even giving her the quivers. Leave that. Neither should little Bow Wow, and you older than little Bow Wow, but you don't see them certain artists pulling little kids up on stage. Pull a woman up on your stage. Pull these girls that's your age and older that look like Ashanti. Why are you pulling the little teenagers on? Because you want the little younger group to buy your music?
Yeah, they need to keep their attention. So if they involve them, they feel like they'll stay.
Wow. Well, this has been a good show. I'm looking at the time clock. And people, it looks like our hour is up.
Yes, it is.
Wow. Well, I just
Well,
want to thank everybody from a Monday Madness and a little brief recap of the Grammy whammy, and all of that. And thank you, DJ Slicky Woo Boo, for coming on the show with us. We're gonna be looking for the remix to Rotten Cocksuckers Ball. Even the name, Rotten Cocksuckers Ball. They tell you the name.
yeah. Well, we thank everybody for chiming in, and we hope that you have a good Monday. And please remember to be aware, even with your children, with what they're listening to, because if they can keep us blind, they surely will. But we thank you for attending, and this has been another show with RMB, the Morning Max Show. We'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.